It's not easy giving up 147 points in the NBA, yet a couple nights ago, the Dallas Mavericks gave up that much in a loss to the Golden State Warriors. Now, there's a rematch today. However, we're going to go over what led to the 147-point collapse the Mavericks had against the Warriors, and this is going to be a little bit of a preview how Luka Doncic, 77, is definitely going to be noted a couple of times. This was not a pretty game defensively from the half court to transition, so let's take a deep dive with me and go see what went wrong with the Dallas Mavericks. I could have made a whole video of the transition defense miscues the Mavericks had. That could have been easily a 10-minute video in of itself. But notice Josh Richardson here standing at the American Airlines logo when the shot goes up. So he's the farthest player back of any team, and he just jogs the entire time and really puts Tim Hardaway in a bad position. There's so many examples like this of a lack of effort needed the Mavericks didn't show. Another transition example here where the Mavericks actually just made a three to go up by 2 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, and they're going to lose that lead in a matter of seconds because when Steph Curry pitches the ball, there's 3 Maverick players not hustling back on defense, still at the midcourt line. So now it's 2-on-2. They're not set as well, and after getting the lead in less than 5 seconds, they will give up the lead with an uncontested wide-open corner 3 by Kelly Oubre, who dropped 40 on them, by the way. I mentioned in the last possession that Kelly Oubre scored 40 against the Mavericks. Well, how did he score 40? How did Kelly Oubre score 40? Well, here's an example. Luka Doncic is going to attempt a shot. Once again, we're still in transition. This is going to be the second to last transition clip. You see players pointing, and even if you have the audio on, they said ball, ball, ball. What happens, though? No one picks up the ball. Kelly Oubre goes right into a three-pointer. That consistently happened throughout the game. Final transition clip here, which is a perfect segue to the next phase of the video, which will be about Luka Doncic. Why will it be about Luka next? So I'm going to pause it right here. We have on the American Airlines logo, you'll see 2 Warrior players with 3 Maverick defenders. Luka Doncic is out of place, not paying attention to where he should be. He should have Kelly Oubre, who is wide open, all alone, and you'll see him make this very haphazard effort to even bother contesting this 3, a very common occurrence that you'll notice in the next part of the video. Specifically going to Luka now in a half-court setting, the main thing I saw with Luka this game is he was more than happy to coast by defensively and let other teammates, pick up the slack, but also not give full effort because he was conserving it for offense. The great teams, the leaders, they lead on both sides of the court. So here's what I'm talking about. It's a double drag. When in reality, they're kind of screening Hardaway twice. Luka's at the elbow. This is the greatest shooter in the history of the game. And the Mavericks played an analytically favored defense where obviously they want to, by analytics, I mean they want to stop 3-point attempts and they would rather allow a 2-point shot. So Luka, you would think, would go out to the 3-point line based on how the weak side can recover and deal with the 2 screeners. And once again, this is the greatest shooter in the history of the game. And what you see here, really passive, reluctant. Tim Hardaway, as a result, has to fight over and commits the foul for 3 free throws for Steph. So just stuff like that where, and I'll show another example of possession where Luka does not give the effort defensively that you would expect to see from a leader of your team. Going to show one more Luka clip, this time in his zone. The Mavericks played a couple possessions of zone to switch things up and attempt a comeback, but want to highlight Luka here where I'm going to pause it when the ball gets entered at the nail right there. And so as you can see, Luka is in his zone trying to defend the top of the key and the wing nearest him at the same time. Now, he has the right idea, but this is where his mistake is really crucial. He jumps. He leaves his feet. And you can't leave your feet because if you do, you totally commit to one of the 2 players that are in your zone. You got to stay on your toes. You got to stay ready, prepared to stunt either direction. But by flying his feet, you can't recover in time. As you'll see, he does that really haphazard wave with his hand, but it's not enough in time, and it's a wide open 3 as a result. So Luka did not do a good job at managing his part of the zone, giving up that 3-pointer. Outside of star players for the Mavericks not stepping up, personnel and matchup was also an issue, primarily with Maxi Kleber and Andrew Wiggins. So here Wiggins runs on an Iverson cut, and Kleber is his man. And then as you see, Kleber doesn't want to allow the middle, would rather push him to the baseline, but in a bad position. And also the athleticism is just 2 different worlds. So Wiggins easily blows by. Actually gets fouled. It doesn't get the call, though, but wants an and one. But as you see, Kleber just really can't keep him in front of him at all, and that was prevalent throughout the game. This is a good defensive possession in the end of the first quarter. That kind of sums up what I'm talking about when I say defensive miscues. So we're going to get the play rolling here. It's going to end up with Draymond Green getting the ball, and he's going to pitch it to Steph. But what happens here? You have both players on the weak side collapsing to a wide-open 3-point attempt for Kent Bazemore. Now, he doesn't make it, but still. So clearly, Draymond Green is not having a great year shooting the 3, so I get Kleber sagging off, but also Kleba sagging off allows for him to pick up Steph, and if Draymond ends up shooting it, you'll live with those percentages. Dwight Powell being literally 2 feet behind Kleba, I'm not sure what he's doing that. That's clearly a defensive miscue. And Steph, who's a selfless player and a great passer, is going to see that a mile away. So things like that you saw throughout the game where the Mavericks were unsound and the fundamentals of team defense that allowed for a lot of good looks for the Warriors. It's been a disappointing season so far for the Dallas Mavericks. One main area of concern for them is that their three-point shooting is last in the NBA or near the bottom. But when it comes to overall being a serious title contender, in the last 25 years, only one team has won the title, and that was the Lakers in 2000, 2001, that didn't have a defensive rating in the top 11 of the league. And with the defense that I've highlighted and some of the miscues we've seen in this video, the Mavericks are not playing anywhere near a top 11 defensive team. That is historically expected, like this, missing the switch, required for them to be a legitimate title contender. So I know it's really easy to get excited about Luka and the offense and the threes they shoot, but with a lack of athleticism on the perimeter, one thing I didn't highlight in this video, but it was evident, is that Kristaps is clearly not the same player. You can't really move the same on one leg. And they asked him to cover up a lot of stuff on the blemishes defensively that he just can't move as quick. And with that and Luka's kind of indifference to really fully committing to the defensive end, that's not the culture and that's not the overall requirement needed to win a title and to be a serious contender. So hopefully the Mavericks can turn it around, but this is a game you got to grow from, you got to learn from, you got to take it to heart. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please feel free to leave a like and comment. If you didn't like it, that's totally fine. Just let me know what you thought. Appreciate it, everyone. Have a great day.